Beautiful Edgeables. Well, we have today, first of all, the large, if you take a look, I think down here, if I can lift one of them up. So you can see these are actually the largest and most intricate of any of the Edgeables that we have ever offered for anyone. And you're going to receive all three of them. You get butterfly lace, you receive Edwardian rose, and you are going to receive Venetian scrolls. And by the way, when you go to buy an Edgeable die like this, I mean, on the average, you know, you're probably gonna spend around like $19, I would say, for each one that I've seen out there. These break down to less than $10 each because they're only $29.95. So Sarah, I know we mentioned this at the beginning of the hour and already incredibly popular today.
Bobby, I will warn you now, every time when we do these Edgeables, we've brought this pack back into stock, brought 3 of our best-selling ornate Edgeables ever and put them in this collection. Now, just like I showed you with the Edgeables at the beginning of the show, can you see these stay connected in the card? So how they work is this design here, the cutting edge starts here and rolls all the way around the outside. So this piece stays connected in the card, this cuts away. So it means that if you do beautiful designs like the layering stamps or like this is a layering stencil, that cuts out the detail, this cuts away, and it stays connected and makes a beautiful base for your card. Whether they're down the side or whether you want to use that same design this time in a gatefold style card. So look at each one of these, that same die cut, this time cutting this way. So this cuts away and it stays connected into the front of your card. Now I love them when you do, this is a very simple card, this one. So this one has just been, the butterflies have been positioned at the top of the front of the card. I'll demonstrate this one for you. Run through and it stays connected in the top of the card. Or do you want to do designs whereby you have the edge of the card and then a little bit of a fold back like this? They work fabulous with acetate. This is just one of the most simple cards ever. You've done the cut at the bottom and then stuck a piece of acetate behind so that it will stand proud on your mat like this. Or when we talked about gatefolds, you could be doing this as what's called a fold back gatefold, so it's connected at the back of the card, or use them with the last set that we just had on. So this one here, can you see the front of the card? Exactly. We've just taken the front, laid the die down, cut it away, and then it makes a nice base for the card. Beautiful. So I'll show you how you do a few of these cards now. Now that you've seen all the designs, you'll now know how to do the card. So if we do, for example, this one here, I've got here just a very simple square of card. And all we're going to do is start with a basic shape square of card and pop this design on the top at the front of the card. Now a great tip is hold this in place with a little bit of tape, but stick your tape on the bit that's going to cut away, not the bit that stays connected.
Got it.
Then as we run this through our machine, we're going to take our little plates and we're going to put into the base plate, the clear plate, the magnetic, and then our top plate, and it's just ready to go straight through the machine. And one pass from your Gemini is going to cut every little bit of that intricate detail. These are, without a shadow of a doubt, the most intricate Edgeables we have ever produced as a company.
And the largest, aren't they, Sarah?
They're the beautiful 6x6 design, so 6 inches long, so the full width that you could get through your Gemini. So yes, Bobby, really, really large. And then can you see it cuts all of that design out? And then all you do is come in with a pair of scissors, and it's as simple as cutting down the spine of the card right up until the point at which we get to the design. Okay. So then you cut in and take the first part of the design, and then also cut away this part. So then you have that beautiful design at the top of your card, and you can go from there, just pop some pretty papers behind, and that is how this sort of style card is created. Gosh, and then actually you could use that same technique. If we turned it this way, we cut down the left-hand side. You could also cut down the right-hand side, and that is how you would get a whole shaped front with a piece in the middle. loads of ideas of what you could be doing.
Beautiful. And then you're getting all three of them because you're getting the Edwardian rose, you get the butterfly lace, and then you also get the Venetian scroll. So you're getting all three of them. And Sarah, I was talking about this because I know, like, last experience in crafting store, I mean, when you look at these larger intricate dies, you can spend close to $20 for the larger ones when you're looking at the 6x6s. So to get them for less than $10 each in one configuration is a great buy for everyone, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's like you say, close to half the price you would be expecting to. That was if you could go and pick these up in the store at the moment, which obviously people haven't got the opportunity to, but the pricing on them is incredible. Now I'm going to take this one here. Watch what we can do here. We can take this die and we can go crossways across our card, and then we can take the front of the card and come crossways across another part of the card, and you'll see that is exactly what I've done here. So there is my card. We went crossways along this bit.
Got it.
And then also crossways along this part here. Now what I want to show you though is something really clever. Before we take the die off, each one of these dies could be used as a stencil as well. So you can hold your die in place, pick up some ink and just ink through each of the dies, and it gives a lovely stenciled effect just to give a little bit of added detail. So don't just think about these for die cutting. Make sure you die cut and then stencil them. And look at the added difference it makes when you add a little bit of colouring there through the top of the die for like a stencil. So we do the same on the other one, and it just kind of enhances it and enables you to take it that next level. And what I would say is, any of you who have seen any of the shows that I do with our die cuts, with our Edgeables, you could be doing the same, every technique that you've seen me doing, you could be doing with just these Edgeables that we've got on this set.
Oh my gosh, that is so
the most incredible cards.
Yeah, and again, like a lot of dimension to that as well. Absolutely stunning. At 694003, those are $29.95. So we have to remind you also of the wraparound dies that were like on fire, and we have fewer than 800 now remaining.